How's it going, everyone? This is the Anime Man, and welcome back to another episode of the monthly Otaku Collection, the show that I do at the end of every single month where I go over the manga, the anime, the merch, and other types of cool otaku stuff that I wanted to talk about in a video of its own, but I couldn't, so I'm wrapping them all up into this monthly show called the Monthly Otaku Collection. It's in the name. You're used to it by now. It is the end of the month of April, which, scarily enough, means that a third of 2021 is behind us now. What? You know how they say that the older you get, the faster time seems to flow, and the faster the years seem to be fleeting? I really feel that right now. But yeah, if you can tell by how tired I am right now, yeah, it's been a bit of a hectic month for your boy. It's mostly because of one big thing, which hopefully I'll be able to talk to you guys about soonish. Not right now, though. Probably by next month's Monthly Otaku, I'll be able to share it with you guys. But I've also been going traveling a lot. In fact, if you guys know my friend Chris Broad, abroad in Japan, then you would know that we started filming, or actually we went and finished filming, Journey Across Japan 3, which is a series that Chris and I do, along with our good friend Natsuki the Man. And we go around and travel across Japan and show you guys some of the weird, cool stuff that you can see in regional Japan. And it was so fun, but so goddamn exhausting. So that literally took about a third of the days away from my April. So yeah, I was pretty much scrambling for the rest of the month, trying to catch up with content, stuff like that, while also making sure to give you guys the best stuff possible. Yada, yada, yada. Bottom line, I'm tired as hell. So with that out of the way, let's move on to the otaku things, and of course we'll start off with the anime. Now, it's not so much an anime series that I watched this month, or rather, I actually watched it last month, literally right after the previous month's Monthly Otaku Collection. And I'm pretty sure I mentioned it in that video as well, but yes, if you guys watched last month's Monthly Otaku Collection, you will know that I went to go watch Evangelion 3.0 plus 1.0. Now, I have so much to say about this movie, and yet it sucks because I can't really say a whole lot about it, because if you guys don't know, this is the newest Evangelion movie. Evangelion, for those of you who don't know, I mean, if you're watching this video and you don't know what Evangelion is, get out. No, but seriously, you should know the name by now. If you've never seen it before, you at least know the name of it. It is an absolutely legendary status series, and for one, I personally have waited 9 goddamn years for this movie to come out. The last movie, 3.0, I watched in the cinemas back when I was in high school. I'm 26 now. So suffice it to say that, yeah, this has been a movie that's been in my to-watch list for a very long time, but unfortunately, Anno just took his sweet time and made a bunch of whole other non-Evangelion movies, and then finally was like, oh yeah, Evangelion, I should probably release that. So I went to go watch it in cinemas with my good friend, Ken Arto. If you guys know, he was on the Trash Taste episode where we talked about the anime industry, animators, all that kind of stuff. It's a really great episode. I highly recommend it. Links down in the description if you want to check it out. As much as I want to talk about the contents of this movie, for one, I'm not going to because spoilers, but second of all, it's even difficult to talk about this movie considering that I watched it once and, once is definitely not enough. I mean, for one thing, it is a direct continuation of 3.0, and I only watched that once as well, 9 years ago. So suffice it to say, I basically went into this movie completely blind. Although, to be honest, even if I did actually binge the first 3.0 movies before I went to go watch 4.0, I probably would have still just been as lost, because my god, the amount of information and exposition that was explained in this movie is monstrous. And here's the other kicker about this movie. You might think that, oh, because it's part of the .0 movie series, all I have to do is go and watch Evangelion 1.0, 2.0, and 3.0, and I'll pretty much understand the contents of this movie. No, that is not how that works. I wish it was that simple. Because in a sense, this movie is very much a swan song for the entire Evangelion franchise, in the sense that Anno Hideaki basically pulled a Nomura Tetsuya and made it so that in order to fully understand this movie, inside and out, you not only have to watch the 3.0 movies, but you also have to watch the original TV series, watch the first 2 movies, and, get this, read the manga, because in a lot of beautiful ways, this is really a send-off letter and a love letter to Evangelion from creator Anno Hideaki, in that it has taken everything that the series has built up over the 20 plus years that has been around and basically crammed all of those loose strings and made a beautiful, perfect bow right to send the series off once and for all. Now, look, when I say this, it's not been confirmed as to whether this is truly the final piece of Evangelion media that we will ever receive. Hell, knowing Anno Hideaki and how much Evangelion likes to collab with literally everything here in Japan, I wouldn't be surprised if they bring out like some kind of spin-off or anything like that. But as far as I'm concerned, this truly did feel like Anno Hideaki saying goodbye to the Evangelion franchise. And in a lot of ways as well, this wasn't just an Evangelion movie, it was more so just Anno Hideaki putting all of his influences and all the things that he loves about anime and the creation process of anime, and really just pouring his heart out into this 2.5-hour movie. In the sense that there's actually a scene later in the movie where two Evangelions are fighting in this kind of mock, kind of toy field-like town, and it is a clear and direct reference to Anno Hideaki's love for things like tokusatsu and Godzilla movies. Hell, I mean, he made Shin Godzilla, so clearly he loves those kinds of monster movies. A little campy at first, but when you understand that reference, it is a really neat little Easter egg that Anno just kind of threw in there. And overall, in terms of the story, while yes, I am kind of sad that Evangelion is kind of finished, essentially, I was pretty happy with the end result. And again, this is coming from someone who only watched this series once. I feel the more times I watch it, the more information will actually come in, and the more I'll grow to appreciate it. Because, not gonna lie, when I was sitting there in the cinemas and the credits started rolling, I was thinking to myself, is this just absolutely ridiculous to the point of it being stupid, or is it so brilliant that I just don't get it? Conclusion, once mulling it over for a couple of days, it is genius. And it's kind of sad to think that there are a lot of younger people, like younger anime watchers today, who are probably watching this video right now, who don't really give two shits about the Evangelion series, either because they're not into mecha, or they don't want to start a big series, or, you know, to be fair, with how many previous works there are in the Evangelion franchise, including an entire manga series, yes, it is a little bit daunting to start off. I totally get it. But just from your boy to you watching this video, who, if you've never seen Evangelion or you don't know anything about it, I highly implore you, even if you're not into mecha, even if you're not into series like this, please at least give it a go. Because there is a reason why the Evangelion franchise is still talked about to this day and is essentially put on a legendary status in the anime world. Not only did this series influence an absolute plethora of anime and manga series that later followed, and most of them, by the way, not being anything like Evangelion, not even being in the mecha genre. I feel as just like a lover of anime, this is one of those series that you just cannot skip over. It was a headache, it was a mindfuck, it was beautiful, it was dark, it was gritty, it was a whole roller coaster of emotions watching this movie. And if anything, me talking about this right now and kind of telling you guys about my first time experience just makes me want to go watch it again. Because I feel the second time and the third time I watch this, my experience is probably going to be completely different with all of the extra information that I consume from it. Because there are a lot of times where I'm like, ooh, I think I understand what's going on, and then some character says something or does something and I'm like, never mind, I don't understand what's going on. What I'm looking at, though, is fucking epic. And I get the general story, considering that I have consumed literally everything else that the Evangelion franchise has to offer. But even then, it is a very stern watch. You really have to concentrate with this movie. And again, it sucks that I can't really talk about it in detail for a number of reasons. But bottom line, I really enjoyed the movie. Was it worth the 9-year wait? Yeah, honestly, it was. Would I have been happy if it had come out a couple of years earlier? Yeah, of course. But I think anyone who watched it 4.0 can tell you that, yeah, it kind of makes sense as to why this movie took 9 years, because visually and auditorily and just stimulatively, it is a work of 9 years worth. Bottom line, great movie, would watch again. But before we move on to the otaku stuff, a word from our sponsor. Oh, when you're in the toilet, like I am right now, don't you want to just close the door to make sure that people with cameras don't just start coming up to film you? That's what it feels like to surf the internet without a VPN, but luckily I'm here to save you from that secondhand embarrassment by talking about today's sponsor, ExpressVPN. Did you know that your internet service provider like Comcast or Verizon knows every single website that you've been on? Ew. And that's even if you're using incognito mode? Ew. And worst of all, they can sell that data to tech giants and ad companies who will then use that data to target you. Luckily, ExpressVPN ExpressVPN puts a stop to this. It reroutes your connection through their encrypted servers so that your online activity can't be seen by your internet provider. I use ExpressVPN on all my devices, phones, laptops, even routers. I also use it to unblock content and get around geo restrictions so I can watch the latest episode of Jujutsu Kaisen on Crunchyroll, regardless of the entire site being blocked in Japan. And the best part is, using ExpressVPN is as easy as closing the bathroom door. You just fire up the app, click one button, and you're protected. Plus, ExpressVPN is the world's #1 rated VPN by Wired, The Verge, and countless others. So if you want the privacy that you deserve on the internet, then make sure to use my link expressvpn.com/animeman to get 3 months of ExpressVPN for free. Thank you to ExpressVPN for sponsoring today's episode. Back to the show. Alright, up next is the manga. Now, again, because I have been busy with traveling and just catching up on work and all that kind of stuff, admittedly, I haven't really had a lot of time to read a lot of manga. In fact, it's a little sad. Like, compared to 2020, I feel 2021 isn't really the year for discovering a lot of new manga series or anything like that. But there is one series that I actually read quite a while ago, and I realized I still hadn't really talked about it in the monthly otaku collection, and if you've seen the title and thumbnail of this video, you probably know exactly what you're about to expect. But it is this manga right here. Now, you're probably wondering, Joey, I can't seem to see the cover of this manga. In fact, it is just a black square. Well, that's because this manga cover is definitely going to get me demonetized if I do show it. So forgive me. If you're interested in it, then go and check out the cover for yourself on Google Images, and you will completely understand why this black box exists. But the manga series I'd like to recommend for this month is simply called Chichichichi. Very fun word to say. Chichichichi. This is a manga series created by Kuru Kyoshinsha. For those of you who know that name, then you might know his or her, I don't know the gender of this particular person's, illustrative work for the wholesome, cute, bubbly, fun for the entire family Kobayashi's Dragon Maid series. Yeah, they were like, oh, you know, I've been drawing for this really wholesome slice of life series for quite a while now. I'ma just go balls out. This is I don't give a fuck mode for this creator, supposedly. But yes, if you couldn't tell from the title and thumbnail and this blurred out cover, this is an ecchi series. And the premise is gonna sound really weird, but hear me out. So there is this guy who is a author and illustrator for a children's book series where the main characters are a pair of tits. And from that you can stipulate that our main character has some sort of infatuation with the mammaries. And then all of a sudden, this girl pops into his life and says, I want to start living with you. And for some reason he says, sure. And then they start living together. They start getting close to one another, and then she discovers that he loves getting tit fucked. And so she's like, I will provide the service for you, and proceeds to TF, I'm just gonna call it TF, proceeds to TF him every waking hour of the day. That's the premise. Like, look, don't get me wrong, this cover is, you know, ecchi as hell, but when you actually peer into the manga, and this is more of a family-friendly manga, I mean, obviously you can tell immediately this is definitely Kobayashi's Dragon Maid's illustrator. And it does kind of pose itself as just a standard slice of life, but at the same time, it can also get way too overly sexual. I just don't really know who this manga was made for, but considering that I bought the first 4 volumes of this and it's still serializing to this day, I guess I can consider myself guilty. I mean, for one, I completely understand why this manga exists, even though the plot is absolutely fucking ridiculous and the art is strange looking and it's like, who would ever buy this manga? At the same time, I completely get it because there is a lot of Iyashike slice of life combined with a few ecchi scenes, you know, kinds of series that have been existing for the longest time out there that a lot of people just read to kind of escape and not think about the shittiness of their real life. But at the same time, just the absolute state of ecchi manga. Like, what is happening with ecchi manga nowadays? Have we become so numb and so devoid of story and ecchi series and the sheer plethora of the infinitely deep cesspool of ecchi series that we can just start releasing series like this that have absolutely no story to it whatsoever and just have countless and countless pages of a guy getting TF'd by a really hot, big-tittied girl. But look, amidst all of the TFing, there is actually a lot of wholesome moments in this. You do start to slowly understand, especially around Volume 3, I'd say, you slowly do start to understand who this girl is, why she suddenly appeared in front of our main character, and kind of the mystery behind this girl's life. I feel the main, I guess, story, quote-unquote, or the main plot line that us readers are trying to discover is, who is this girl? Like, why did she suddenly appear? Why is she suddenly infatuated with this main character? Why does she like providing TFs? I don't know. And as of Volume 4, we have some glimpses of it. There is some kind of mystery with, like, her family and her lineage and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, this is just a mindless, just doujin bait, essentially. This is literally one step away from a doujin. Hell, some of the scenes of her, you know, TFing the guy is literally doujin levels, and yet this can be readily and fully available at any of your local bookstores, so go figure. Look, am I saying this is the greatest manga series of all time? Hell no. Am I saying that this is a dumb, fun series that you can just shut your brain off and watch if you're feeling a little horny or cultured or something like that? Hell yes. Alright, up next we have the Q&A. So, if you guys don't know, all of 2021's monthly otaku series, I have implemented a brand new, short, sweet Q&A section where I asked you guys over on Twitter to send me questions using the hashtag MOC, and I will take just a few of the questions that you have sent me and answer them in this video. But fear not, for all of you lovely patrons who follow me, by the way, patreon.com/theanimeman, go check it out and support me there like thousands and thousands of you lovely mofos already are, then you might want to go check out the Patreon page to discover a super secret Q&A time, which is a Patreon exclusive extended Q&A video where I answer all of the questions that I get sent from my Patreon. So if you keep sending questions to Monthly Otaku Collection through Twitter and you're like, damn it, I'm not getting my question answered and I really want Joey to answer it and I want to see what other dumb questions that he gets asked, then make sure to go over to the Patreon. That tier for the super secret Q&A time is open to all tiers, not just $5 and up. So if you don't have that much money per month, then hey, even the lower tiers can get a hand at it as well. So as I said, that video is up on my Patreon right now. So if you want to support me and go check out that video, or you just want to support me in general for future content, then make sure to go over to my Patreon, patreon.com/theanimeman, links down in the description below. But without further ado, let's get on to the questions. What defines a 10 out of 10 anime? I'm genuinely curious. I've had this question be asked to me a lot, and I don't know, I might have answered it in an older video, but as me currently right now, 2021, 26-year-old Joey, having been doing this YouTube thing for 8 years now, a 10 out of 10 anime is purely a personal score. And what I mean by that is what you give a 10 out of 10 is purely based upon how much that series moved you to the core. It's not always about whether the show had a fantastic story or a perfect set of characters, perfect execution of storylines and plot twists and plot lines with no plot holes whatsoever, just the objectively perfect anime. Because let's be real, that kind of anime doesn't exist. So, what do we use to fill in the blanks? We use our personal enjoyment. The few shows that I've given a 10 out of 10, of course, also fit into that criteria of having great story, great characters, great execution. But also, it has to do with how much the series changed my life, how much of an impact that series brought to my life and continues to bring to that life. Because I would be lying if I said that I don't have a bunch of anime series out there that I used to consider a 10 out of 10 when I look back at it now or I go and rewatch it, I don't think about as much anymore. But there are some series, like these for example, that I have thought have been a 10 out of 10 for many, many years, and I'll probably continue to think is a 10 out of 10 for many, many years. Regardless of what you think about these particular series, I find these to be a 10 out of 10 experience. It is an experience that I would enjoy over and over and over again and have no bad intentions or thoughts about whatsoever. So long story short, a 10 out of 10 is what you like. Bro, where'd you get the black glass shelf you have for your figures in your room? I have too many Super Action Statue JoJo figures that I need to display. Oh, this one that you're talking about right here? Amazon. Which manga cover is the most beautiful piece of art that you ever seen? Honestly, there are a lot of series I could chalk that up to, like any of the covers of the JoJo series, any of the covers of the Baki series, but I would say personally the most beautiful cover, the one that made me go wow for not just how it looks but also the contents of the actual volume, is this one right here, is Slam Dunk Volume 30. It's the second to last Slam Dunk volume. And I mean, look, it seems simple when you look at it, right? It's just the main character, Hanamichi, just on the cover looking up at the sky. But if you guys have read Slam Dunk and you know the contents of the second to last volume, this cover hits on another level. But that's about it for all of the questions for this monthly otaku collection. Thank you to everyone who sent me the questions over on my Twitter. If you would like a chance for me to answer your questions in a video like this on the next monthly otaku collection, then make sure to, first of all, follow your boy over on Twitter, but also tag your boy and use the hashtag MOC, and hopefully if I like your question, then I'll answer it in the video. But if you're like, fuck that shit, Joey, I want you to definitely answer the hard-hitting question that I want to send to you, then again, go over to my Patreon, patreon.com/theanimeman, and join in on next month's super secret Q&A time. Alright, and last but not least, let's talk about everybody's favorite time of monthly otaku collection. That's right, I'm of course talking about the monthly figurine giveaway brought to you guys by the lovely folks over at Tokyo Otaku Mode. Now, Tokyo Otaku Mode, they pulled through this month. They gave me the Big Mama. This is a huge figurine that I am giving away. Like, if you guys know anything about figurines, you know there is like 1 to 8 scale. It's like pretty small. There's the 1 to 7 scale. That's a little bit bigger. 1 to 6 scale? Oh, okay, we're getting pretty big. No. We're talking 1 to 4 scale today, ladies and gentlemen. Because it is... Oh my god, look at the size of this. For those of you who love your Kaguya-sama and love your Chika, then fear not, for I have brought the Holy Grail of Chika figurines. This is the Chika Fujiwara bunny version, and as you can see right here, 1 to 4 scale. Now, if you guys know your figurines, you will know that bunny versions are definitely not new to me. In fact, I have a few 1 to 4 bunny versions, but this Chika one right here, well, I mean, I obviously have never seen it before because, again, this has come right off the press. This is brand spanking new. I mean, look how adorable she looks. Like, oh my god. How is it that someone can look wholesome in a bunny costume? Only Chika can do that, I swear to god. But for all of you Chika enthusiasts and bunny girl enthusiasts, I am giving away this 1 to 4 scale Fujiwara Chika bunny version figurine for free. I'm giving this away to one of you lucky mofos watching this video right now. To enter the free giveaway, all you have to do is follow 3 simple steps. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click that link down in the description below to enter the free giveaway. And once the giveaway period is over, Tokyo Otaku Mode will be shipping this thing out to one of you with the box signed by your boy. So again, make sure to click the links down in the description below. Thank you to Tokyo Otaku Mode for helping me out with all of these figurine giveaways every single month. And good luck to all the participants. Hope you win. But anyways, guys, that's gonna do it for this month's monthly otaku collection. Thank you once again for joining in until the very end. And especially a big thank you to my $50 patrons for this month: Crescentia, Lucy First, Alex Thompson, Hero Gore, Black Saddler, Alexander Law, Figalmighty, Colin Breest, Vest60, Brown Eyes Black Dragon, TuxedoCat, Justin Reed, Seth James, The Anime Outcasts, and Zachary Celica. Big thank you to you guys especially. Again, I'm sorry if I've kind of fallen behind on my schedule, quote-unquote schedule for videos. This month has just been absolutely kicking my ass, and next month will also definitely be kicking my ass, but I'll make sure to give you guys that good content for all of you as well. So please look forward to that, and again, if you'd like to support your boy, then the best place to do it is over on my Patreon, patreon.com/theanimeman. Please go check it out. There is a banger video coming out next month that will be a Patreon exclusive, so if you want to get a head start on that, hey, then check that out as well. But let me know how your guys' April is going, what manga did you read, what anime did you watch, what merch did you get, and just let me know how you guys are going. I want to hear about your day. I hope you guys are doing well. But I'm gonna go sleep now, because I am tired as hell. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Like your favorite if you enjoy, subscribe for more anime banter, keep watching anime. Ciao!